Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the My Tribe podcast, coming to you live from the Pompano Beach headquarters. We are here and we're talking about the second of the commandments here, the second of the 10 commandments to living a fulfilling and rich life. And number 2 is coming in to open your eyes. Number 2 is coming in to make sure our compass is pointing in the right direction. And that one in itself is value freedom above all else. Making sure that freedom is the ultimate goal. Freedom can be defined in many other ways, but I want to make sure freedom is clarified in the sense that it's financial freedom, it's time freedom, it's peace and freedom of your mind. It's aspiring to not have to, I don't want to say answer to anyone, because everybody always has. There's a hierarchy along the way of life. And whether you're the owner of the business, you have to answer to your customers. Or if you work for a business, you have to answer to your boss. But at the end of the day, I want us to make sure that our compass is pointed to the northern light of freedom. Because if it's not, and we're pointed in the compass of money, and we're pointed in the compass of, let's call it our definition of success. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but the concept of money equals freedom is not always true. I know I personally struggled with understanding that. I thought that money would give me freedom. I thought working in a building, running a high-end building, climbing the ladder, getting to the top of that industry would help me to feel free, to have time freedom. But what that didn't give me was a feeling of fulfillment, and therefore it was almost a freedom of autonomy that I was lacking. I was on call 365. Don't get me wrong, I made very good money. I was blessed to be offered amazing opportunities, live in amazing locations. But the fact that I both was always on call, and the fact that I never quite felt in charge of my destiny. And one of the things that really opened my eyes to that was COVID. When COVID came around and they mandated vaccines for everyone, that's when I truly felt that lack of freedom. And when New York decided to take that away from its citizens, from the people that live in New York City, that's when I was like, okay, this is the way New York is going. They're actually stripping people's freedoms away to choose to take a vaccine or not. I need to start to figure out a plan. I need to figure out what the next step is, because this isn't it. This definitely isn't it. This is land of the free, home of the brave. And we were allowing the fear of a virus to control the medical decisions that people were not able to make themselves. That was one of the most embarrassing and almost truthfully scary strippings of freedom that I've seen in my entire life. So very grateful to have noticed that and have been in a place in my life where I could actually pick up and move and do something different. So thank God it landed me in Florida. And that's a lot of the reason why I'm here, the free state of Florida. You know, you wanna start a business, amazing, great. You wanna not have a vaccine, you wanna not have a mask, okay, great. You're on your own risk. You risk yourself, you risk people around you. You know what that's called? That's called freedom. And it may be controversial, but at the end of the day, to me, when it comes down to one end of the spectrum of it being completely free and open, or the other end of the spectrum where it's actually a almost police-run state where it's you are mandated to do X, Y, and Z, no matter what might happen to you. No, that's not freedom. That is not at all. So that's kind of what I want to make sure that we are gearing ourselves into as we are going through our phases of life, as we are sharpening our axes and getting better at our skills. Are these skills, are we aiming high enough to make sure that the ultimate goal is freedom? Is our long-term goal freedom? And what are the short-term goals that essentially add up to that long-term goal being freedom? And I'm not talking about when I say freedom, the essence of sitting on a beach and drinking a margarita at the age of 65, and then you're doing nothing with your time. Like Jordan Peterson said it great. How many margaritas can you drink before you get bored? How many? How many of those beachside things you're going to drink and you're going to do the same thing over and over and over again until you're bored out of your mind? We need a purpose. We need a purpose or a vision or a mission in life. And I think that if we are aiming towards freedom, the freedom should be fueled by our mission. And that is what is going to help us to get through the difficult times that we all know are ahead. And when you're starting a business, whether you're doing anything, whether you're working for somebody and learning that business, that is, to me, how I saw my route to freedom, in the sense of, and I saw my route to owning my own business by working for somebody to learn that business, to actually dive in and have them almost a paid internship, if you will, so that I can learn how to do the right things, see where they might be doing the wrong things, and differentiate and move from there. So that was a step or a short-term goal to a long-term goal of freedom, i.e. working in different gyms and then eventually becoming, a personal trainer and having my own business of making my own hours, being responsible for my income. Also being, those are things, those are weights, but freedom doesn't come without a price to pay. Oh yay, I'm free. Oh yeah, I'm free. Well, my phone don't ring and I don't book any clients. Well, guess what's, there's no money going to be made. That's just what it is. And I think doing what I'm doing now is another short-term goal to another possible long-term goal of maybe owning a gym someday. Who knows? Who really knows where and what this road is going to take me? But I know I'm passionate about exercise. I'm passionate about movement. I know the impact it's made on my life in a very, very positive way. If you are interested in training and you want to get some programming, make sure, this is a self-plug, give me a DM. I will hook you up. We will make sure you guys have the best program out there to help you to reach your goals, you specifically to reach your goals. But I know that trading my time for dollars is not going to equal freedom. Being a personal trainer, you're going to max out your time, then that's going to max out your dollars. So essentially, next step? Now that I know now that I know the art of exercise, know the art of programming, which is writing exercise. Now, how do I write many programs for many people, i.e. leading another step towards a long-term goal of freedom? And all of it's built on the foundation of passion. And that is kind of a look behind the curtain of growth of an avenue that I want to take to freedom. There are, a couple other avenues. One of them is this amazing podcast that I get to do that you guys tune in for every week, and I'm so grateful for it. And doing this on a consistent basis, builds the consistency, builds the subscribers, build what I need to do to be putting out consistent content. Every time I put it out, to get a little bit better. Every time I'm out, I want to see if I can meet somebody who is who's an amazing guest. I'm one interview away. I'm one clip away from having an unbelievable podcast. As I do already, I truly believe, I love and know that my podcast is unbelievable. I'm so grateful for it and the people that I get to have on. These right here, these solo episodes that you tune in for, are more of a behind the scenes, but also a personal indictment of what I am blessed to be bestowed upon in terms of the antidotes of success. What can add up to that? Am I successful? No. Am I closer than I was yesterday? You're damn right. You're damn right I am. So bringing that home, I want to bring this all home here in the sense of making sure our goals, whether they be short-term, long-term, or really macro and long-term, that they're valued and rooted in freedom. Because if freedom isn't the ultimate answer, isn't the thing that we're chasing, if we're just chasing money for the sake of money, you're going to end up how I ended up, at a well-paying job that lacks fulfillment, that unfortunately it's not what you want to do. So we need to point our compass towards the freedom. We root that purpose in something we're passionate about, and there's a path there. Valuing freedom above all else. Thank you so much. Tune in next week for the third of the Live Rich commandments. Again, these are not mine, but I am blessed to have them been bestowed upon me, and I'm grateful to be sharing with you, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks so much. Have an amazing day. Talk to y'all soon.